back.
Welcome back. Will Pound, he began playing the harmonica when he was just 10 years old. He wanted to help strengthen his breathing after having open heart surgery. So what started as a form of treatment, though, led to a career as a major star of folk music.
Well, tonight he's up for the award of Musician of the Year at the Radio 2 Folk Awards. Will's with us here this morning. Good morning.
Morning.
How you doing? You right?
Yeah, let's listen to some of your work.
Proper jamming session.
Yeah, it was great. It was actually filmed in a folk singer's house. It was in Linda Thompson's house, and it was great. I mean, it was quite a posh house, to be honest. Something I'm not really that used to, but it was lovely.
But jamming with a harmonica, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, on my album, A Cut Above, I mean, it felt like a jam with all the musicians. You know, to be honest, and it didn't feel like, you know, it was very manufactured or anything like that. It was literally going into the studio and going, what should we play? You know, it was making up.
You don't read music?
No, I don't read music.
You don't practice much?
Not really,
well,
no, I should.
But they say to master your art, it takes 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
So you're never going to get there.
No, not at all. I mean, the thing is, I mean, I do roughly probably about 10 minutes every day. So, I mean, because I couldn't do 4 hours physically. You know, it would be too physically demanding.
What about half an hour, though?
Half an hour? Yeah, that would be good. I'm probably just a bit lazy, to be honest.
But you just, there's not a puff in you? Or?
Sometimes. I mean, on gigs, it's different because, obviously, you play a song for, you know, 5 minutes and then you stop and then you're talking for a couple of minutes and then you start again. But, yeah, I mean, generally, it can be quite hard.
Let's go back to when you were 10, when you first started.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an odd instrument. It's not the most common of instruments.
No.
I played the trumpet when I was younger. Did you play musical instruments?
Yes.
What?
Oh, all sorts.
Really?
All sorts.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the harmonica, I'm imagining.
No, I
had
one that I sort of messed around with.
Yeah.
But it's not the first thing you think of to
No,
pick up as a young
it isn't.
young man.
And I mean, it was purely by chance. I mean, my dad basically gave me one and said, "Why don't you try just, you know, not even learning it, but, you know, just have a go."
And
it would help.
This is because you'd had open heart surgery.
I had 2 operations when I was younger, when I was very young, and as a result of that, as I was growing up, I did struggle with breathing. But as a result of, you know, learning, like, it's great, you know, really, you know, my breathing's a hell of a lot better now, you know, so it's great.
That's very good. You brought two of your harmonicas with you as well. How many have you got altogether?
Altogether, I mean, some of them are bits and pieces, obviously, but like probably got about 80.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the difference between these two?
So this one is called a diatonic harmonica, and basically it's what usually people associate when they think of a harmonica.
When you see people in the movies playing.
Yeah, blues music and things like that. Whereas this is what Larry Adler used to play, and it's called a chromatic harmonica.
It has greater range?
Yes, so it's like a piano. So if you see the white and black notes on the piano, you've got all of the range, basically. But they're in different keys and stuff.
How many do you use in a gig?
Rough, at the moment, I would say about 10. So why I've got 80, I've no idea. But no, I mean, they all do different things. They have different timbres, different sounds, obviously different keys, different tunings.
And let's talk about your album. We've had a listen to it, and it's quite varied.
Yeah.
You know, from upbeat to very folky, very
soulful.
Gentle and soulful. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's, again, maybe I'm just ignorant, but soulful music is not what I associate with the harmonica.
No, I mean, it can. I think when people think of it, yeah, they automatically think either, you know, Genevieve or something like that, or, you know, Larry Adler or blues, and they don't associate it with folk music at all, to be honest. But I guess, you know, I wasn't going out to prove a point of saying this is what you can do on a harmonica. I just enjoy the music, and it so happens to be my instrument.
Right, well, what are you playing there? I'd like to hear you playing here.
Would you?
mind?
Right. Okay, yeah, I'm going
something?
to play a little ditty, and it's called Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace as you've never heard it before. Brilliant
Fantastic!
stuff.
That
Thank
was
you very much.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Do you ever get mouthache after playing?
Because
I was watching so closely, and you had about 50 different types of movements going.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is like mouth percussion. So, I mean, I've got a friend of mine actually who's another harmonica player called Philip Henry, and people should go and check him out as well. And he's a beatboxer as well as playing the harmonica, and he's a great dobro player as well. And he's at the awards tonight as well. He's up for an award with his duo partner. And so
But imagine, you play like that on 10 minutes practice a day. Imagine what you could do.
If with 4 hours or 10 hours, yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's a wonderful sound, and thanks very much indeed for giving us a sample of it.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's up a bit, hasn't it? It kept us lively, and good luck this evening.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the awards.
Cheers.
Will's album, A Cut Above, is available now in the Folk Awards, which we were talking about on BBC Radio 2 from 8 o'clock this evening.
Oh, it makes you want to go out, buy one, and just try it yourself, because this is small.
Try it and show us next week.
All right. That's all from us on Breakfast this morning. Charlie and Nagu.